Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. The Substance Abuse Unit in the Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization, is putting a special call out to secondary school students from the 2nd of May to the 24th, 2019. A mascot competition under the theme Breathe Easy, Smoke Free is now open to interested students. Guidelines for the contest include: participants must be enrolled at a secondary school. Entry forms must be signed by an art teacher or designated teacher, and mascot designs must be submitted to the Substance Abuse Unit, High Street, to the visual arts teacher or designated teacher with entry form. Officials at the recent World No Tobacco Day press launch says the goal to promote a smoke-free society was the impetus behind the competition. Deputy Coordinator of the Substance Abuse Unit, Joanna Joseph, notes the attractive prizes to be won by participating students.
We have a tobacco mascot competition that is being launched. You can consider that our tobacco mascot competition is launched today. This is for the secondary schools, secondary school students, and they will have the opportunity to participate, to develop a mascot that will be used for future activities. There are quite attractive prizes, and maybe I can just put up the poster here, and you can see that the prizes, we've had lab services. There's a very attractive prize of a laptop that is donated by lab services, as well as vouchers from Flow. So it's not just about, we want to recognize the importance of the arts, and we're looking at our campaign from various aspects, various appeals, various activities that will appeal to different persons. So for our young people, we expect that this will be very exciting, and we will be able to have our mascot built and go into the schools, go into workplaces, go wherever we are needed to carry this message about being smoke-free.
For further details, interested persons can get information from their art teacher or call 451-8990. In other news, each gender faces its own level of difficulties and concerns throughout life. This was the fundamental topic addressed at a recent briefing involving the Ministry of Gender Relations and specialists from Niagara College. A study assessment conducted in 2011 by the Caribbean Development Bank aided in identifying deficiencies for both genders on island. Project Coordinator for Mainstreaming Gender Equality in St. Lucia's National Development Plan project, Dr. Claudia Louis, outlines the inadequacies highlighted by the assessment.
Some of the deficiencies included gender imbalances affecting both sexes. For men, there were poor educational achievement and inadequate employment and training, high youth unemployment. Also for women, there was a high incidence of single parents and low levels of child support and teenage pregnancy. As a result of that country gender assessment, the Caribbean Development Bank gave a grant of $115,000 US to the government of St. Lucia. Now, you would recognize that the assessment was done as far back as 2011. The project was actually conceptualized dating as far back as 2014. But during that period, the project started, but there were some difficulties in procuring the correct consultants, and as a result, the project was halted.
This, Louis says, warranted the reinitiation of the project in 2017, where the focus remained on addressing gender inequality within the public service and St. Lucia as a whole. Additionally, Manager of Global Projects for Niagara College, Kyla Penny, says the college aims to provide developmental assistance to leaders looking to ensure global gender equality standards are met.
So we seek to support leaders and planners with knowledge and skills to practice gender planning in their work, aligned with national frameworks and data indicators that roll up to the global standard for gender equality and sustainable development. Gender is huge. It's a huge topic, and it's sort of like saying we're going to work on environment. Well, what part are you going to work on? And we need to work with our teams to really focus in on the key parts that we need to address that can help St. Lucia's National Development Strategy.
Meanwhile, Minister for Gender Relations, Dr. Gail Rigobert, says the issue is one that both men and women should take seriously. Likewise, policymakers addressing the development of gender relation will look to implement fair legislation which can curtail long-standing issues, says Dr. Rigobert.
We understand that development policies serve as the prescription for ensuring that there is a social and economic advancement. We recognize that if we do not take into account the concerns of both men and women in crafting development policies, we may very well end up with some lopsided policies or policies that remain silent on some of the concerns that we have had for a little while now.
The minister adds, with the myriad of issues affecting young girls, women and men, a thorough look into legislature showed a high level of inadequacy, not moving in the global direction. She says the onus lies on the government to exert considerable effort to ensure legislation is reflective of the order of the day. And now, the sports news with Tennyson Glasgow.